Today we're going to talk to Marina, and Marina writes, "Dear Lori, my little one keeps throwing food at the dinner table. It's really not okay to waste food. I understand that he is only 2, but how can I be more gentle and positive with him? In the past, I have put him in timeout, or we end up yelling or bribing him. My son then gets upset, and now he even refuses to sit in his high chair for dinner. My husband grew up in a family with very strict rules around dinner, and I am desperate to help my son because it really upsets my husband. What can we do?" Oh, the stress of dinner time and table manners, Marina. You've highlighted something really important here. We can bring a lot of baggage and beliefs and possibly some control issues around food and table manners and what is proper and respectful. Sometimes we can focus too much or too long or too hard on how much our kids eat, how they eat, or how much they interrupt our eating. And this gradually progresses into meal times, which are less and less enjoyable for the whole family. And it can be really hard, I know, to let go of those cherished family traditions long enough to help our children internalize the importance of certain customs and expectations. But just because we loosen the rules doesn't mean that we let go of the values or that we have any less respect for the tradition. Only that we acknowledge that our kids start out unable to understand what it means to us, so that we give them some leeway while they're still learning. You want to consciously acknowledge those triggers when they happen, especially around wasting food or disrespecting the customs, and then breathe through it so that you can refocus on making conscious adjustments and investigating the root causes of behavior. At 2 years old, his behaviors likely revolve around variables such as the amount of confinement dinner requires, or how much fun and play it provides, or how much attention this action is getting him, or how much are my other needs being met through these current behaviors. But I want you to ask yourself, how much attention are you spending on ignoring his needs and trying to stop behavior? Kids have valid needs to be mostly connected to the people that are around them. And it's important to recognize that your child is unable to make mealtime enjoyable without your cooperation as well. He needs you, but he just can't fulfill those needs for you. So I would suggest that you first adjust your expectations of behavior. Accept that young children cannot possibly be expected to sit quietly through meals. And at 2, your child is just far too young to comply with your request to not throw peas on the floor. He needs an environment which supports his current skill level by giving him access to only that which he can handle, and then gradually increasing his independence and his skill level by giving him more and more opportunities to practice those emerging skills. You can say to your child, "You wanted to throw something. Peas are for eating. If you want to eat the peas, you do it like this," and you show him. "If you want to throw, we can throw balls after dinner. Balls are for throwing." I want to steer away from words and consequences that challenge his ability to display the skills that you want to see, especially when that expectation of behavior is way beyond his level of maturity. At 2 years old, his brain just isn't that sophisticated to override his impulses with thinking and behaving. Food is still new to him. It has cool textures. Kids use their mouths to explore, and making a mess can be a challenge that lasts well past early childhood for that one child who learns through touch and through those tactile experiences. All right, my next idea is to consider, what message am I sending? Be aware of the messages that you are sending your children with your reactions. Is the message that you're sending your son the one that you're actually intending? Ask yourself, are my actions encoding the neural pathways to respectful, positive communication in his brain? Or am I reinforcing a fear state with my own behavior? And timeout will do that. Timeout will do the latter, and over time build up resentment. Your child may be fascinated with the cause and effect of throwing. It's still new to him. It could also be his way of getting your attention or making a connection with you so that he can learn more about the world, because he learns about the world by your responses to him. So are you overreacting, or are you showing lots of desperation and anger in your attempts to get him to control his behavior? What message is this really sending him? Maybe the message that people get angry, but not much about how to actually resolve his internal conflict and lack of skill with your need for acceptable behaviors. Reacting with harshness or punitive consequences or impatience to a small child who's having a hard time controlling his behaviors or stopping his natural impulses will only turn up the volume on his stress response and increase the negative tension and negative behaviors. A child with little experience in managing or coping with conflict, but a strong desire to experience the world and learn about boundaries, is using you as his barometer. That's how he learns to determine what's safe, by watching you, by engaging you. Which leads me to my next tip. Change your behavior from frustrated to remaining calm and even-tempered in your responses. Instead of blaming your son for his lack of maturity by saying, I gave you enough chances to sit in this chair, now you're going in timeout. Try something like, when we eat, we have to sit down. It looks like you can't sit down right now, so let's clean up our dinner and try again later. Honor his intentions to connect with you. Did you want me to look at you? I bet my face looked funny when I turned around. It surprised me when you threw the food. Your child needs to record emotional experiences that feel safe and predictable if any positive behavioral learning is going to happen. He also needs you to be intimately involved in the slow to surface skill of controlling his behavior. He needs you to be close by. All right, my final tip would be to set up the environment to support both of your needs. I know that in some cultures, meal times require a certain level of respect. Sometimes those expectations can play a really large role in your frustrations and in your decision making. If he's in a phase of throwing food, you can say to your child, I cannot let you throw the food. Food is for eating. We do it like this. And then you could feed him first and then let him play while the adults are eating so that you can control the environment to meet your needs while he is still learning. You can still share your traditions and celebrate mealtime rituals in kid-friendly ways. You could help your child participate. Help him by letting him bring the food to the table. This will deepen his sense of connection and belonging and contribution, which will naturally create the conditions where he is more likely to feel good and therefore able to access his positive behaviors. Sit face to face with his high chair and actively connect with him during mealtime through eye contact and sharing food by exchanging it hand to hand rather than rushing around the table or by expecting him to sit alone and eat properly without that attentive support. Instead of saying, if you throw this one more time, dinner is over, or if you just eat 3 more bites, you can get down. Try something like, I know it's hard not to throw the food. It's fun to play with food, but I'm going to help you because I cannot let you play with the food. And then hand him his food piece by piece, or give him individual small bites and place them on his plate so that you don't have to worry about him throwing everything off of the high chair. If he complains or resists, be okay with that. And if he still throws the food, you can end the meal kindly without force. It doesn't look like you're able to eat without throwing the food. I can't let you throw any more food, so let's try again later as you get him out of his high chair and place him down. As you learn to respect your child's honest intentions to meet his needs and his stage of development, eventually he will be able to consider your requests and respect the rules around mealtimes. And then mealtimes can really be a sharing and a reconnecting after the day. So Marina, that is my teachable moment for you. I hope that you found some gentle suggestions for promoting your son's growth and communicating in more positive ways. And maybe a little peace of mind knowing that he will mature with time and patience. So what about you guys? What are your mealtime triggers? Or if you have older kids, do you have any advice or words of wisdom for those with little ones that are having so much trouble getting through this difficult phase? I think that one of the hardest jobs as parents is to practice our own self-regulation. Many of the behaviors in early childhood are tiring and they can test the limits of all of us. So make sure that you aren't taking too much too seriously too soon. And of course, if you liked this video, make sure that you are on my list so that you can get my updates, as well as some specials that I only share in email. And if you think someone else might benefit, then go ahead and like it and share it with a friend. And if you want more tips and tools like this, be sure to check out my upcoming series, Conscious Communication. This is a 3-week live online series. If you are unsure of what to say, or if you've ever felt stuck, not knowing how to respond without blame, shame, judgment, or guilt, or left wondering what to say next, you want to check out this 3-week online course with me. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a great week, and please remember it is about consciousness, not perfection.